Hi, do you ever wonder if you're gifted enough to channel? If you are wondering if you're gifted enough to channel, I want you to write trust in the comments below. I am so excited to talk to you today about channeling and to share 3 questions to ask yourself to know if you're gifted enough to channeling. I wrote a special thing, so I'm going to be glancing over there a little bit and looking at it. It's just in full transparency. But I'm so excited to talk to you about this topic. I mean, this is something I know that so many of you struggle with. Like, am I gifted enough to channel? Can I trust it? Is this really happening for me? Can I get the answers for myself? Is this the wisdom that's sitting inside my soul? We've already asked this incredible question that if you could channel, what or would you call forward, right? And we already got some incredible responses. Like Jackie said, her spirit guides. Big one, spirit guides. And then Lisa said source, God, why not, right? Go directly to the source. Why do you have to go to anybody else? You don't have to go to Aunt Sally. You can go to God. And then the other one, Lisa said, so Stephanie said her dad. How many of you have people in spirit that you want to talk to? Or Susan said her soul, her soul. I loved that response. The reason why I loved all the responses, but the reason why I love that response is because I'm constantly telling you that everything you need to know sits inside your soul. And channeling is the direct access way into your soul. So I'm super excited to talk to you today about this. So there's so many great answers, and there's so many of you that can do this, but you're like questioning whether you're capable. Am I gifted? And you may be surprised. You're going to be surprised today. And I just cannot wait to help you discover these gifts and to get this information. So if you're interested in this upcoming training that I have about channeling, right? Trust down below. Trust down below. All right. So I have 3 questions that I'm going to teach you to ask yourself that is going to help you to connect to channeling. But we're going to talk about that word trust. Trust. This is a rock I've had for years. See that word trust? You could barely see it. Barely. And this is something I know that affects so many of you. And I hear it all the time, like, can I trust the answers I'm getting? Am I special enough? I remember when I first started out and I was channeling, I started channeling right away. And I remember being in this big room full of mediums, right? With this very famous medium. And I was like, who am I? Who am I to be able to do this? How many of you feel that way? Like, hit the likes and the loves button. How many of you are wondering, like, who am I to be able to do this? You are someone. We are all gifted and we are all special to be able to do this. And I am so done with the mediums out there that make you think that you got to be talking in different tongues. Your head's got to be spinning around. You've got to be something super special. You got to be meditating 20 hours a day, or you've had to have this from the moment of conception, the moment you were born. Otherwise, you can't do it. That's bull. You could be 85, you could be 5, you could be 35. I don't care how old you are. You can channel today. So I'm Marilyn Aloria, psychic medium, teacher, and coach. And I teach people around the world how to do this, how to talk to their guides. So before we go into the 3 questions that you're going to ask yourself to know whether you can channel or not, right? I'm just going to give you 3 questions, 3 tips to know whether you can channel. I want to tell you some stories. So I want to tell you a story that happened to me this morning. I woke up this morning and I was friggin' grouchy. How many of you can relate to that? Waking up in the morning and being really pissed off at something. And I was all like in a knot and tumbled up and I wasn't really sure what was going on. I had some ideas and I was really pissed. So what did I do? Well, every morning I do is I journal because I get the crap out, but I was still pissed off. So I went into my room and I started channeling with my guides. Now I record into a recorder everything that I say to them and everything they say to me. And they were helping me to clear some of it up and I was feeling a little bit better. But after that session, I was still friggin' pissed. So they suggested I go for a walk. And they suggested that I take my recorder that's got over 200 recordings on it. So it's already like filled to capacity. I have to upload it. 200 recordings. It's got 5 different files. They said, go for a walk. Take that recorder with you. So I took the recorder, plugged it in. They said, go to file 5, recording number 4. There's 200 recordings. I don't remember any of them. I go to file number 5, recording number 4, and I start listening to a recording session I did back on October 20th, 2017 with them. And lo and behold, they answered everything that my soul was wondering. They rewired what was going on inside so that I was feeling better, so that I could understand what I was struggling with, what my frustration was. They gave me all the answers in that recording that I did over 5 months ago. Now, I'm just some girl that grew up in Brooklyn with a father who was a cop, a mother who was a school teacher, 3 crazy friggin' brothers, a lot of animals in this little apartment in Brooklyn with chickens and dogs and hamsters and gerbils and cats. Who am I? Who am I to be able to channel this incredible teaching that's available to each and every one of us? So I can do it, so can you. So I want to see, check in with who's here today. And I want to know, first of all, who would you like to channel? Who would you like to talk to? Who do you want to talk to on a regular basis? And do you believe that you have these answers inside your soul? You do. So let's say hi to some people. We have Christy here. Hi, Christy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Flo. Hi, Lorelei. I know Lorelei, she's in my membership. And hi, Kristen, she's in my membership too. And so is Kat Rosanna. Hi, honey. Hi. Hi, Samantha. I just want to say hi to everybody and give you some shout outs here. Hi, Linda. And hi, Sherry. So there's so many of you on here today, and I'm going to do this incredible training today to teach you how to know that you're gifted enough to channel. Hi, Sue. Hi, Lillian. Hi, Liliana. Hi, Carolee. Hi, everyone. And Jasmine says her higher self, right? So most of you want to talk to your higher self. Stephanie says she wants to talk to her grandma. Andrea says, hi, Marilyn, I'd love to talk to my dad's mom. I know we have it inside. So Christy says, higher self. Donna says, I want to channel anyone who wants to talk to me as long as it's high vibration. Love that one. So are you ready? Are you ready for the 3 questions that I'm going to ask you to find out if you're gifted enough to channel? And if those of you are just joining and you don't know what the key word today is, it is trust. I have an upcoming training coming up about channeling. And if you want to know about that channeling, type in trust into the comments, and you will go into my beautiful little automation system, and you're going to get some great information. So that's all you have to type in. All right. So when I started out channeling, right, and I've been doing this for over a decade, and I've been teaching it for over a decade, so I do consider myself an expert in this. And I have taught thousands of people, and I've heard every single, I can't do this, why I can't do this, what's going on. And I can tell you in the very beginning when I started channeling, I was sitting there meditating, and I said to my guides, how do I know this is true? How do I know I'm not just making this up? And do you know what they said to me? They said, who cares? We're giving you fantastic advice. And they were right. Who the heck cares? How many times I've heard you say to me, Marilyn, it's what I want to hear. So how could it possibly be true? Is it true? Guys, if it's what you want to hear, and it's in your soul, and it's in your heart, you have to trust it. You have to walk towards it. Now, I have been, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this story. I remember you want to know if that guy likes you. and he's been a real shit, or that girl likes you. Excuse my language. I'm not supposed to curse. And your guides might be saying, walk towards it, walk towards it. And you're like, why are they telling me to walk towards something? This is really what I want. It's really what I want. And they're telling me to walk towards it. Well, because there's always so much magic in the moment of taking steps forward. There's no magic in sitting on the fence and doing nothing. There's no magic in sitting on the fence and making no decisions in your life. There's always magic in walking forward. And here's the trick. Here's the trick when you're channeling and working with your guides, with your source, with your grandmother, whoever it is you want to channel. Here's the trick. They're with you all the way. And when we're there with you all the way, they're constantly helping you every step. So I want to give you the first question. Here's the first question I want you to ask yourself. Are you conscious enough? Are you conscious enough? I'm going to write it on the screen. And do you know what I mean when I say, are you conscious enough? Do you know what I mean when I say that? Write it down. Are you conscious enough? What do I mean by that? So in order to channel, in order to connect, in order to talk to your grandmother, your father, Archangel Michael, Jesus, all of the above, you need to be conscious. You need to be aware of what's going on around you. You need to be aware of what you're hearing on the TV, what your friend is saying to you, what book you're constantly hearing to read over and over again, what sounds you're hearing, what birds you're hearing. You need to be conscious to everything that's going around us. Too many people spend time going, nope, need to block it out, need to just stay here. You're missing it then. You're missing all the information that's around you every single day. So you need to be conscious. So tell me down below, are you conscious enough? Do you feel that you're conscious enough? And I'm going to give you a trick and a tip for you to be conscious enough. Because you ask these questions that are in your heart. You wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, and you want something so bad, like many of us do, right? And then you ask these questions, and then you go about your day and you miss the answers because you're like, they're not telling me. What's going on? Why aren't they answering this question? Meanwhile, somebody's coming by and saying, read the book, Return to Love. Or somebody's coming by and saying, hey, have you seen that movie yet? Or somebody else is coming by and saying, hey, I want to introduce you to my friend Joe. But you're missing all of it because you're like, nobody's answering the question that I have inside my heart. Well, they're all answering it. You just have to follow the clues. You have to be the investigator in your own life. So this is what I want you to do. And this, I want to hear from you if you're going to do this. And for those of you who are just joining me, I have an upcoming training about channeling. And if you want to know about it, you need to type the word in trust. Look, I just messed up my hair. Doesn't matter. Trust. By the way, somebody said they like my glasses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Costco. I went and purchased them, had them done, fixed them. Actually went like a lunatic, bought too many. All right, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to wake up in the morning, ask the question, and then I want you to promise to spend 5 minutes being conscious. 5 minutes being conscious. So what you're going to do is you can put your hands on your heart and you can say, all right, I really want to know how I can become a better healer. I really want to know where my wife is. I really want to know the house that I want to live, whatever it is. And then you're going to set the alarm on your phone. I don't care when you do it, but you better do it that day for 5 minutes. And you're going to become conscious to everything that's going around you. And you can even sit there and write down notes. I don't care. I just don't want you distracted. That's all you have to do. Can you do that for me? Tell me yes, 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 if you can do that for me. And if you can't, and you're not understanding, let me know that too. And I'll take a moment to look at the comments. In the meantime, I'm going to look at my notes. Okay, so I'm glad I looked at my notes. Don't worry about if all of a sudden you ask this question And you go and you do that 5-minute exercise, and all you're seeing is like hummingbirds. And you're like, I don't know what the frig this has to do with me finding a new home. Like, this friggin' hummingbird is annoying the crap out of me. Not that hummingbirds would ever annoy the crap out of you. Don't worry about it. All you want to do is, by being conscious, is leaning into it, accepting the message. Maybe you won't fully understand the answer in the moment, but what's going to happen is it's like a synchronicity. It's like they're weaving this beautiful tapestry in your life, and they're just sewing all these pieces together. And it allows you to open up to even more. By being conscious and being willing to pay attention, your guides are like, oh, she's listening. Oh my goodness, he's listening. And we're going to give her this right now. And if you sit with the inquisition, the question of, what does that hummingbird mean? What does it mean to me? I friggin' love hummingbirds. When I see a hummingbird, I don't care who I'm talking to. I'm like, hummingbird just takes my attention. And you don't need to know how that applies to the question of soul. You just need to be with that answer in the moment. Can you do that? I'm hearing the yes, 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 which I am loving. Loving, loving, loving. So, spending 5 minutes a day being conscious. Okay, ready for question number 2? And for those of you who are just joining me, remember the word is trust. I just like singing it. Trust. That's going to tell you about an upcoming training I have. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Am I gifted enough? I know we started out this whole thing with, am I gifted enough? But this is such an important question for you. Am I gifted enough? So my question, I asked this because when I was starting out, I was studying with a lot of famous mediums who stood in the front of the room, literally said, not everybody can do what I can do. Only I can do it. Not all of you people are paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars to learn from me. Not everybody can do what I can do. What? Who the F are you to sit here and tell me that my gifts are endless? But that's what I experienced. But I was smart enough to know, not going to listen to you. Not going to listen to you limit my beliefs. Not going to listen to you tell me I'm not gifted enough. So what I want to know from all of you is, do you believe that you're gifted enough? Do you believe it? And here's the biggest thing I'm going to give you. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. We have April. April! I know April. April was in my mastermind group. Absolutely. Sherry says, I hope so. You know what, Sherry? I love the honesty of that answer. Thank you for that. Linda says, yes. Let's see who else we have here. Deanie says, yes. Paula says, yes. I love this. Solil says, yes. Rhonda says, yes. Katarzyna says, I know it. I love this. Caroline says, you're extra chipper today. Love your energy. You know what it is? I love communicating with you guys, and I love teaching this material, so I am extra chipper. You should have seen me this morning, though. I was not chipper. I was pissed. I was in a bad mood, but I'm better now because my guides got me out of it. Barbara says yes with a little guidance. I like that answer. Kristen says yes, yes. Sherry says, I've never been able to. I try. I saw a red cardinal singing to me. A red cardinal was singing to you. Wow, that's beautiful. Susan says yes, definitely, just waiting for it to come through. And Jasmine says yes, of course. All right, so here's your second task with the second question, am I gifted enough? And you're all going to do this right now. And I want you to do this every day, because I am telling you, this is like my soapbox, guys, and you know this. I am so done with master spiritual teachers out there that are limiting you by saying they're the ones that can do it. Or if you're not feeling peaceful and blessed and happy in every moment, you're doing it wrong. Or if you're drinking Diet Coke, you're doing it wrong. Your way is your way. Celebrate your way. Celebrate who you are. So what I want you to do right now, I want you to right now in the comment section, write down 3 gifts that you have. 3 amazing things about yourself that you have. So I'm going to name 3 things about me right now. I have a really good sense of humor. I really do. I was walking along the LA River yesterday, and I was just cracking myself up watching this bird. And I was talking out loud because I always do that. I have a great time by myself. I laughed and laughed and laughed. Of course, I have 2 big dogs with me, so we're always laughing together. That's something I love about myself. The other thing I love about myself is I never put limitation on learning. I always am open. I'm open to hear all sides. That's why I don't discuss politics or religion, because I want to hear what everybody has to say. The other thing I love about myself is I believe in me. I believe in me. And I didn't always believe in me. Matter of fact, I had so many people tell me not to believe in me. And I believe in me. So let's see what your 3 things are. I want to hear it right now. And for those of you who are just training, trust. That's going to tell you about an upcoming training I have that's all about channeling. So Christine says, my health, my joy, my personality. Love it. Rhonda, Miss Rhonda, I'll come back to you. Deanie says, intuitive, always look at the bright side of the people, very loving and caring. I love that. Let me see if I can get back to Rhonda. Rhonda said, I'm observant, I'm funny, and I'm curious. I love that. Christy says, I'm very open-minded and listen to others well. Love it. Linda says, I like to laugh. I like to talk to my angels. I believe I'm enough. Yay. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Jackie says, I'm good a listener. Well, Jackie, I want 2 more on that list. I don't want just 1, sweetie. I love your picture with your hearts, by the way. Suzanne says, healer, caring, and trusting. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So, and Terry, that's Terry. Healer, see the silver lining, and visionary. And I know Terry from Membership for Your Soul. Artist. She's been drawing these amazing pictures and putting them in Membership for Your Soul, which is like blowing everybody away. All right. So, do you promise me that every day you're going to remind yourself of 3 things that you love about yourself? Because I don't want to ever hear, am I gifted enough? I don't want you ever going out and listening to someone who you consider a master teacher limit you. If somebody limits you, I just said this to somebody recently, who I believe I was coaching. I'm trying to remember who it was. And I said, no, it was somebody, I can't remember. I think it was a kid who was struggling with the gifts. And I said, if you ever find a teacher that limits you, run. So that's it. All right. That was question number 2. Now here's question number 3. You ready for it? If you're ready for it, hit the likes and the loves. Are you ready for question number 3? Question number 3. What's question number 3? I'm going to type it out first. Ready? How do I trust what I'm hearing? How do I trust what I'm hearing? How many of you struggle with that one? How many of you struggle with how do I trust what I'm hearing? That's a big one I hear all the time. Sounds like my voice, Marilyn. I don't know if I could trust it. It's exactly what I want to hear, but how could I trust it? Because everybody told me I suck. I'm so like Brooklyn, as you know. So I have something that I want to show you, okay? I want all of you to pick up something, maybe not your phone, because if you drop it, it's going to suck. But I want you to pick up something right now, something small right by you. I want you to pick it up, and I want you to drop it. Everybody do that right now. Pick up something small and drop it. What happened? Gravity. Gravity happened to us. We can't see gravity, but we know it's there. We know that it's keeping us on this planet that's spinning around this spinning thing. We trust that. Why can't we trust the messages that we receive? Why can't we trust the things that we hear that are living so deeply in our hearts and soul? Why can't we trust it? So I want you to trust this. I want you to trust that what you're hearing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're sensing, what you're knowing is the truth. Trust it. Walk towards it. And see what happens. Magic does not happen when you're sitting here. Here, I'm going to show you. gripping your table, going, I can't move. I can't go anywhere. What am I doing? And you're in indecision. So many of you are saturated by information out there and you make no decisions at all. Make a decision to trust. To trust. Okay? Remember, I have an upcoming training coming up, so if you write trust in, you're going to hear all about it. Okay. So, do you promise me that you will trust? Hit the yeses. I want to hear the yeses. I want to know if you promise me that you can trust. Promise me. I want to hear it. Do you promise me that you can trust? So Dina says, when I start trusting, my gifts open up very quickly. So true. So true. Bernice is just joining. Bernice, you're going to want to watch the replay because this is too friggin' good. Too good. Tell her how good it is, everybody. Hit Bernice up. Yes. Soli. Yes. Annette. Yes. Liliana. Yes. Cicely. I think I'm saying that wrong. Yes. Christine. Yes. Jasmine. Yes. Robin. Yes. Woohoo. Katarzyna. I already do. Love it. Barbara. I promise. Deanie. I do. Florentine. Yes. Terry Ann wrote trust. Flo. Yes. All right. So, you guys, you just answered 3 questions. Just answered 3 questions. Do you remember them? Are you conscious enough? Am I gifted enough? How do I trust what I'm hearing is true, but you promise to trust? If you answered all of those with a willingness and an acceptance and an openness, I have a secret for you. How can you know you can channel? Do you want to know the answer to that secret? How do you know you can channel? Here's the answer. You can all channel. Every single one of you can channel. You don't need to be in deep meditation. You don't need to be speaking in foreign tongues. You don't need to be spinning your head around. You don't need to be levitating off the floor to channel. You can channel right now, right at this moment. So everyone can channel. All right, so I'm going to go through the questions again and what your tips are and what you have to do. And remember, if you're interested in this material, I have an upcoming training coming up. And if you type the word trust into the bot, you're going to learn about that upcoming training. So type the word trust. You're going to go into Facebook Messenger. You all know about Facebook Messenger, right? You're going to go into Facebook Messenger, and then you're going to get an answer, and it's going to tell you all about my upcoming training. So type trust if you haven't already. All right. And then remember that you'll just go in that. So what are the questions? Do you remember them? Do you remember? Are you conscious? Let me make sure I'm spelling that right. I need spell check on these things. Are you conscious enough? Are you conscious enough? And what are you going to do every day? 5 minutes a day. You're going to ask yourself that question. Make it one question if you can. That question in your heart. You're going to set your phone for 5 minutes, and you're going to become conscious to everything around you, everything you're hearing, everything you're feeling, everything you're seeing, everything you're sensing, everything you're knowing. You're not going to worry about it answering that particular question, because trust me, it is. But a lot of times, your soul has to evolve to understand the answer to that question. Just trust me on this. I know I just confused it. You're just going to take it all in. You're just going to have the willingness to know. What's the second thing you're going to do? Am I gifted enough? You are going to write down 3 things a day of what makes you special, because you're going to remind yourself every single day that you're gifted. You're going to stop listening to anybody who tells you you're not gifted. Get rid of them. And you're going to write that down. And what's the last thing you're going to do? You're going to trust. Just like gravity, you're going to trust. You're going to trust the answers you get. You're going to trust that 5 minutes of consciousness. You're going to trust that you're gifted enough, because the answer is you're all gifted to channel. So I really, 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 really hope that you enjoyed this. And I just want you to know that the only thing that is stopping you is limiting beliefs. It's the only thing. So make a promise to yourself that if you want to talk to your mother, your grandfather, God, the dogs that you loved, the trees outside your house, the planets, that you can do it, right now. So if you like this training, share it with your friends. Sharing is always lovely. And I just want to say thank you so much to spending this. Viviana, if you're confused about what I said, yeah, Viviana, I love you, girl. Look at her. She just became my assistant on that one. You go, Viviana. Thank you. Deanie said, I just wrote it on a post to put it on my mirror so I would look at it every day. Woohoo! Okay, I got chills. The camera just got blurry. I got chills. So that made me really, really excited. All right, so since it's blurring me out, I'm going to go. But remember, if you want to know about my upcoming training, which is going to be super fantastic and super fun, write trust in the comments below and share this video if you liked it. And I will see you soon. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Much love to all of you. Take care. Have an incredible day or evening whenever you're watching this again.